Good morning, everybody. It's Monday morning. It's the 8th of March 2021, and we're back for another week of crafting. So, good morning to you. My name's Jenny McCormac, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I'm based in Brackley in the UK. So thank you for joining me this morning. I hope everybody had a nice weekend. This week I'm featuring a stamp set from the January to June catalogue called Art Gallery. And this does have matching dies, just this one here, which we'll be using later in the week. And I wanted to start off with some simple stamping. This stamp set is a two-step stamp set. So these two go together. So you have this one as the base and this one on top to get detail. And then the same with this one here. You have this flower and then this detail can be added if you want onto these two. You can also add it onto this little one as well. It's a sort of brush stroke arty look, and it does have some matching papers. So we'll be using those later in the week, and it also has some matching acetate that match the papers themselves. So let me just see who's there. Good morning, Christine, Jeanette, Carol. Oh, good evening, Monica, and morning, Molly. So thank you all for joining me this morning. So I always like to start the week nice and straightforward, nice and easy with some simple stamping. And so I've got two cards to show you. This is the first one, and I did create this over on our live crafting session on Sunday. So you're always invited to join me on a Sunday afternoon, with the exception of this Sunday. But Sunday afternoon between 3 and 4:30, I open my studio and I'm just crafting, tidying up, preparing for the week ahead. So this is what I came up with yesterday. And I'm going to change the colours around on request. And I do have another one as well, which is this one here. So just some straightforward background stamping and then stamping into the oval. So some nice simple cards to get you started this week. I'm using our basic white card as my stamping layer. This has got Seaside Spray and Night of Navy. But for my first card, I'm going to change it up and use some of the purples. So I pre-prepared my card base layers. So this is my base card, and this is Highland Heather. I've got a gorgeous grape layer here, and then a piece of basic white or whisper white if you've got it to go on the top. And I've also got either a spare piece or one for the inside. So this card was made using just this stamp on its own. Now this stamp looks smaller on here, and that's because the images are at 85%. Okay, so if you get a stamp set and you think, oh, that's not as big as I was expecting, it could be that they've had to decrease the size to fit everything on the sheet. So, and just to show you that, this is the stamp here, and you can see it is bigger than that one there. So, I'm hoping so. I'm hoping so. Right, so let me see. I have the, amazingly, I have the stamp already. And the colour choice was actually requested by Tracy, whose favourite colour is purple. And So let us get cracking. So I'm just going to stamp on this white layer, and all I did was stamp this image around the edge. I didn't do any calculating of sizes or anything else. I just free stamped it. So I'm just going to do the same thing. Let me pop that there, bring this down a little bit so that you can see what I'm doing, I hope. So I've got Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape. I'm not quite sure which ink I'm going to use. Now, because this is a photopolymer stamp and it's quite a solid image, I am using a foam mat, and I've just got a piece of grid paper folded up on here, just to make sure there's no odd bits of ink left on there, and also so it's easier for you to see it's not too much of a contrast. So let me have a look at Highland Heather. Oh yes, Jeanette's another, morning Julie. Jeanette's another purple fan. Okay, so I'm just going to ink this up, and I just want to see if this will be, I think it will be too light for an outside edge. So let me just try Gorgeous Grape. And I do need to re-ink my Highland Heather. Yeah, that's much better. So let's move Highland Heather out of the way. And the sentiment that I placed in the middle is from Happiest of Birthdays. A really nice, bold stamp set. And I'm sure there are people like me who are late sending cards out sometimes. So, which is why I've used happy, little bit late birthday rather than belated birthday. So it's a little, just sweet really. So what I'm going to do is I've cleaned my stamp, and I'm just going to work around the edge exactly as I have done here on my sample. I'll bring that down a bit, you can probably see that better. Like so. There we go. So you can see the finished result. Just want to make sure this is nice and clean. Okay. So just inking this up, and I'm going to place this in the center roughly of the bottom of my piece of card. Okay, and it has all of this shading in it, which is really lovely. So you don't have to you really just don't have to do anything with it. Okay, so nice and easy. 1, 2, 3. Okay, going to turn this around. This will make a nice set of note cards. If you had a big thank you, actually I have got a big thank you, so I might switch that out. Okay, so just inking up each time, placing it on there. Hello Jill, thanks for joining us. I hope you're well and that you had a nice weekend. The weather yesterday was actually very pleasant indeed. We had sunshine, it was really nice. And I'm just turning this around so I'm not working at an angle. That's my dog Cassie in the background. You just see what's occurring. Come on, you can come down. He's sat at the top of the stairs. Okay, so I've got my edges all done, and I'm just thinking I might swap that as a thank you. of a big thank you to put in there. So we'll have another birthday. No, the weekend does go fast, and I know even with the lockdown, you know, the weekends do blend in a little bit, but yeah, it just goes far too fast, doesn't it? Okay, so this is Happiest of Birthdays. And I could use It's Your Day, but I want something really bold in there. So I'm going for another belated birthday. I'm sure these will get used. There we go. So just making sure that's well inked up. Just going to stamp that off. Yep. There we go. There we are. Let me clean that off. Voila. So that literally is it. I am going to do an item stamped on my envelope. Just turn that over. So let's add this one in the corner, like so, and also on the back. I could do 3 across the back actually, because they would fit, wouldn't they? 1, 2. I do like our envelopes, they stamp so well. They've got a really nice coating on them. So there's the envelope. Thank you, Julie. And then let's add, this is going to go on the inside. So I think what I'm going to do is just repeat these across the bottom. So just putting my central one in first. I'm not really, I'm only doing it by eye. If you were a little OCD and needed it in line, you could just measure those out accordingly. Okay, lovely colour, lovely. All right, so this is my base layer, like so, and I've got, as I say, gorgeous grape, and then my card. So really simple card, and you could recreate this with anything where you've got, you know, just a single stamped image. So let me layer these up, and I'm going to put some pearls on because we've got the pearls to match. Thank you for all the hearts, that's very sweet. Yes, they are good quality. I know they are more expensive than envelopes from a stationer's, but they really do make a difference because of the smooth surface. Okay, so I'm going to layer that up. Let me put the inside one on as well, and then add a little bit of bling. So you could really knock off a whole set of cards, even if you left the cards blank in the centre. You know, without a sentiment, you could create these ready and then make them a thank you, a birthday, whatever you wanted. So we will be doing some two-step stamping tomorrow to show you the detailed layers. But for today, for Monday, I like to keep it nice and simple, get us into the mood. Okay. Let me just grab some pearls. Now I have my bling box in person. So I'm just looking for the live video, which has just disappeared. Here we go. So these are the pastel pearls that actually go with the hydrangea set that I used for our class in a box last month, but they are just stunning. If you like pinks and purples, and this is Seaside Spray, I do recommend you get some of these. I'm trying to think how many you get in a packet. 200 in a packet. And from memory, they're £6.50 for the packet. Okay, so I could choose to go lighter or the same colour. I think I might go combination. Where did that go? There it is. Yes, I think if you're making cards and you've got everything out ready, unless you're doing a card for a special occasion, you might as well, it's just as quick to make 2 or 3 of the same design when you've got everything ready. So very often I will create 2 or 3 cards the same but leave the sentiment out. Thank you, Monica. I think the colour does this, doesn't it, really? But I like the navy blue one as well. I think that works too. So there's my card and my matching envelope. Okay, so I hope you like that one. That's number 1. And then for some more simple stamping, I'm going to recreate this one. Let me put this bling back. I'm going to have a change of colours for this one. And I'm going to go with yellow and grey. So I'm going to use So Saffron and Smoky Slate. And hi Rebecca, how are you, my darling? I hope you're well. So this is just stamped in the background using this stamp here. Let me just show you on the stamp set because it's difficult to see. I'm going to use this one here just as a background. So just to show you, Rebecca, what we've just made is this one here. Just straight simple stamping all the way around the edge, and I've got an envelope to match and that on the inside. Okay, so simple stamping Monday. Let me move that out of the way so nothing gets tied up with it. So for this one here, I'm just literally going to use this as a background stamp, all in one colour, and then I've got a sentiment in the oval. So I have an oval at the ready, and my choice of colours for this card are So Saffron and Grey. Now this is actually crushed curry because I want my layer to be a little bit darker. Thank you, Rebecca. So this one, I've got some Smoky Slate piece for my background and my Whisper White, and then I've got Whisper White or Basic White as my card. And what I haven't quite decided is whether I'm going to do the flowers in So Saffron or whether to make them all grey. So you might be able to help me with that. And all I've done is just stamped the edge of actually that little stamp around here and added a little bit of a bow. So very straightforward, again, just simple stamping. And you could create a whole set of these again just by stamping the backgrounds and then leaving the oval to add your sentiment on as you wish. And what I like about the art gallery set is you get a whole series of sentiments. So you get thinking of you, you're lovely, best wishes, thank you, sorry, happy birthday, good luck, congratulations, and I miss you. And it has a lovely die cut that says just want to say. So just want to say you're lovely, just want to say best wishes, etc. So I'll be using that later in the week. Hi Katie, I hope you're well this morning. So Jeanette says Smoky Slate, and I think actually this would make a very nice sympathy card. There's far too many funerals going on at the moment, so maybe this will end up all Smoky Slate, just all grey. Let's have a look and see. I can always do, if it doesn't work out, I can always do another one with So Saffron, but I do like those two together. So a pale yellow and a grey, and also a pale pink and a pale blue, they always look really nice in my opinion. So this is the card that we're going to recreate. Just put my finger in the ink. And I'm going to use this full design here. So let me just stamp this on here. Oh, you can see my earlier stampings. There we go. It's stunning, isn't it? Okay. So, and I'm just going to put this on and then just rotate my card. Now I can see a tiny hair on there, so I'm going to get rid of that before I start, because it really does on this sort of stamp, it really will show. Right, let's have a look and see. Can still see some. Sorry ladies. Right, let's try this again. Just dry it off on here and have a look. They seem to stick extremely well to photopolymer. Okay, that looks better. Alright, so I'm just going to stamp this like so, and just move my paper around so that you're getting different elements each time. Put that little bit in there. So pretty. So again, just working round, turning the card as I'm going rather than trying to manipulate the stamp, because if you keep the stamp in the same position, then you're giving it similar pressure every time. But if you keep turning the stamp at an awkward position, you know, like that, you won't be giving it the same amount of pressure. And I just want this to look a little bit different, so I'm just going to turn this around like so, and then you can just fill in any little gaps from the edges like so. Looks like it's going to be a nicer day today, that's for sure. Fingers crossed. Okay, so all of this detail is inbuilt to the stamp. Okay, so let's have a look. See, I think that would make a lovely sympathy card. I'm thinking of you. Thanks, Christine. So I do quite like that pop of colour, but I could have done the oval in Smoky Slate. So what I'm just going to try is I'm just going to grab another Whisper White, and I just want to, morning Lynn, stamp that off. Just want to try a background in So Saffron and see. So I'm just cutting this. Sorry if this is off camera, ladies. I hope you're all right this morning, Lynn. Been thinking about you. Oh, let's make that a little bit smaller. Okay, so I just want to stamp one in So Saffron, because it may be that I'll put a grey on this one and then the So Saffron separately rather than introduce another colour. Don't know, what do you think? Let me know if I should use my yellow layer or go for another Smoky Slate layer. I'm just going to stamp this one and then I can decide with your assistance. But I do quite like monochrome cards, are really good. Oh, well done, Jill. Yes, I've just ordered it. Actually, this is from the dies, these ones, but I have just ordered mine too. I thought I'd ordered it ages ago, but obviously I hadn't. Grey oval and Stampin' So Saffron. Yes, I could do any combination of those. Let's have a look and see. I do like So Saffron as a pale, nice pale yellow colour. There we go. Hopefully you can see that. Let me just bring this light round a little bit. I'm going to turn this one upside down. Just for a change. And then we'll decide. Yes, grey and yellow. Me too, Monica. Actually, as I was saying, grey and a pink or grey and a pale blue is a nice combination too. There we go. I've got a little bit of a gap here, but I could use my oval to cover part of that if I wanted to. Yeah, indeed, Christine, indeed. I think sympathy cards are extremely hard, especially when you're sending them to somebody that you know. So, to my liking, this is now too much yellow. So I could cut out a grey and use the yellow on there just for a hint of colour, and grey on this one, or I might do this one all grey. So what I'm going to do is cut out of this piece here a couple of these ovals, and then I'll put the cards together. Let me just grab my oval dies, which are here. So we do now have a punch that has two ovals together, but while I'm waiting for mine to arrive, this is from our layering ovals. Make sure that's the size. What I'm going to do is cut 2 out of the back, and then I can play with the combination layers. So bear with me 1 second. Let's have a look, see. Okay, so decision time, ladies. So we've got grey layer, grey stamped image, grey layer and sentiment. So that's option 1, all grey. Jeanette likes that one. Option 2 is to add a hint of colour. And then option 3 is that combination. Obviously I could replicate this anyway. So 1 is all grey, 1 is grey with that, 2 is grey with that layer, and that's number 3. So I'd love your input. Whatever I do, I will use the remaining components to make a card anyway. All grey, all grey. So let me cut out another one of these, and then I can recreate this one as well. And Lynn says all great. Okay. Oops. So as I mentioned to you before, if you've got a layer that you're putting behind, make use and punch out, or take some layers from it. I'm going to do an all grey one to start, and then I'll use the other components. Oh, everybody likes a bit of everything, so that's good. I'm going to do an all grey to start with. Okay, so what I need is something on my oval. So this one I used Best Wishes, but you could use obviously any sentiment you have. But as I say, in here there's lots of different options for sentiments. And obviously these are slightly smaller than in real life. So what I need to do is see what will fit. Let's see. So Happy Birthday would fit. You're lovely, sorry. I'm thinking of you, won't fit on that size. So let's do a Happy Birthday. Yes, yes, I see what you mean. Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? I mean, I think it depends maybe on the circumstances, and the person and the recipient, to be fair, as to whether you would add in colour. So let's have a go. I think what I might do, I don't know if this is dark enough, so I'm just going to stamp this on the reverse. So if you want to test something out, do it on the back of your die cut or shape. Yep, that works. And then you've got an opportunity to see what it looks like without messing up the front. If you don't like it, I mean. Not that you'll mess it up, ladies, like I think I've just done. No, there you go. So I've got Happy Birthday in the centre, and then I'm just going to use the edge of the stamp around there. Oh yes, that's another good idea, Rebecca. So although I've got mine here. You can use the cutout bit to see where things fit. So you can use that against your stamps. Yeah, good thought. Okay, so I'm just going to add the detail around the edge. And I'm looking for the stamp. Here it is. So there we go. Oh, thank you, Christine. Pink peach lilac. Nice. So I'm just putting the very tip of the image around here, only because there's a lot of white space, and you might want a lot of white space, but I just wanted to have this sort of matching in with the stamp set. There we go. So let's have a weather update from everybody from all over. Do tell me what your weather is like today. I would love to know. Okay, so here is my grey layer going in there. This one, all grey. Overcast but dry for Julie. Hot and humid for Monica. Oh, with the storm overnight. I'm just wondering whether to put some... Carol, you could look out the window. Carol, look out the window. What grey ribbon have I got? Warm day and then storm this afternoon for Kerry. Oh my goodness. That looks a bit heavy, doesn't it? Yes, I guess, yes, for you a storm is quite welcome, isn't it, if it changes everything up. Sorry, I'm being very indecisive here, girls. I have a little bit of white ribbon. As I've made it a birthday card, I want to make it a little bit lighter now. So I've got this lovely ribbon here, which is really nice, and I've also got some white. So I'm thinking I might wrap this round and do a little bow. So what I'm going to do is attach those two together. So this is Smoky Slate, Kerry. Morning, Tracy. You missed your card, Tracy. I'll show it to you in a second. Let me turn this over. So what I'm going to do is wrap this round. So I'm going to make it slightly thinner, like that. There we go. I might as well put all the glue on at the same time. So just using our seal for that. Got a little bit more ribbon than I needed, really. Let's have a look. And then I'm going to pinch that there with some ribbon. Oh yes, you've been at the I was going to say hospital now, but the doctors with Jamie. I hope he got on all right, having his teeth extracted. So what I like about this ribbon is it adds no weight. There's no weight to it at all, and there's no bulk either. So it creates a nice bow, but it's so fine that the bow is really fine as well. So when you're sending it, it doesn't add any depth to your card. Sorry, my fingers are right in the way of you seeing what I'm doing. There we go. Really sort of, in fact this would make a nice wedding card, wouldn't it? With that, and there we go. Just going to trim this down a little bit. Oh, excellent, Tracy. I'm pleased about that. I don't think any of us really like going to the dentist. Okay, and there's my happy birthday to go with it. So I'm going to pop that flat and then put this on dimensionals. Oh, that's it. And layer that onto the card. There we go, and probably add a little bit of bling. We grab some dimensionals. Thank you ladies for your thumbs up. Yeah, I have to say I can't remember the time we had a really good storm here in the middle of the UK. We tend to be very protected. There we go. Oh right, Christine's buffering. There we are. And let's add a little bit of bling. So I think just some plain gems. I'm just going to go for the middle-sized ones. Two. And three. Oh, hi Julie. I'm in Brackley, which is in Northamptonshire, so actually not that far from you, my darling. There we go. And I'm just going to use some wet glue for that, so I'm not pushing down onto the front of the card. A little bit of glue on there. Like so, so a scribble of glue, just a light amount all over, and then you know that it's not going to squish out anywhere. There we go. Turn that over and press it down. So there we are, our little bit of ribbon. So that's quite different to that one, isn't it? And then I've got a yellow layer ready for another one. So I'll make up another birthday card probably with the yellow and get that finished off. Let's just add a little bit of flower on our outside and on the inside of our card. Obviously this is a basic white card, so I can easily stamp straight onto that. Let's add the detail on the envelope. There we go. Thank you, Jeanette, my darling. Appreciate you coming along. We'll be here live at 5 tomorrow. There we go. So just adding this up in the corner of the envelope, and I'll probably pop it on the back as well, just because I can. So it's my niece's birthday today. I posted her card at the end of last week, so she should have that. So that's the reverse, that's the corner, and let's pop one on the inside here. And we're done. So 2 simply stamped cards. I appreciate this one has got some die cut layers on it with the ovals, but yes, Middle England it is indeed. But you could easily just you know, leave a space for your happy birthday, stamp that beforehand and then put your flowers around it, or just cut a square instead. So let me show you the cards. Let me just put a piece of white here so you can see it a bit more clearly. So this is the one we've just done, the happy birthday in the all greys with the ribbon, and that's the envelope and the inside. This was our sample one, and then the one we did earlier, this had Tracy in mind. This was our sample one, and then this was the one that we created together. So just literally stamping one image all the way around. I've added that into the middle as well, and added that on the envelope, of course. So there we go. I hope you like the cards that we've made this morning. I shall be back again tomorrow at 5 p.m. and we'll be doing more work with the art gallery. So we'll be doing some 2-step stamping tomorrow, introducing these 2 layers together and adding in the stalk. So something completely different. And then later in the week I'll be introducing you to the papers and the die cuts. So yes, I thought you might say that, Tracy. We were thinking about you when I stamped this one, and I could send it to you for your birthday a little bit late, couldn't I? But then you've seen it already, so that wouldn't be the same. Anyway, and thank you, Kerry. So thank you all so much for joining me today. Thanks for your lovely comments and your support. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Monday for us, and your evening and night over in Australia. So thank you so much for watching today. I hope you enjoy the rest of your time together today and tomorrow. Look forward to seeing you at 5 p.m. UK time. Look after your loved ones, look after yourselves, and I hope you can keep crafting. Thank you so much. Bye bye.